Hey everybody, Brother Zygos here. Not sure what I'm going to talk about today. It's just been a really long time since I uploaded a video or really used social media at all. I just kind of became fed up with Instagram, with all the virtue signaling. Apparently I'm mostly friends with just fake ass leftists, so it's been like years since I've really used Facebook. But yeah, and then, I guess YouTube was the next one to fall. I still use it all the time, but I watch it anyways. Trying to switch to Rockfin. Some people are shifting over to there. I think it's better to support up and coming social media or whatever you call it, platform, and get away from YouTube and the big tech platforms and grow some other ones until they get too big, and then I guess go from there. But yeah, maybe it's about time to get back into it, just a little bit. See if anything I have to say might resonate with somebody. Cape Brown in Oregon, where I'm at, just enacted a outdoor mask mandate. It's just funny how they do this little goalpost moving game, because there was no mask mandate in Oregon or Portland or anything for months after the whole thing in March 2020 happened. And then all of a sudden, late in the game, after it realized, oh, it's not that bad, then that's of course when Cape Brown does the shopping indoor or whatever mask mandate, and has that going for like freaking year or whatever, and then lifts it, with a bunch of other states or after. And then everyone's like, oh, yay, we're free, we got the vaccine. Of course, I didn't get it. I would never in a million years get this vaccine or any vaccine for the rest of my life. But, of course, then, after everyone's feels all free and having a good summer, we're still in summer, all of a sudden, oh, no, I'm going to go even further than before because, of course, the horrible, scary Delta variant. So now it's like a triple, quadruple down of anything before, even though it's so freaking obvious that it's what a sham the whole coronavirus is to anybody with half a brain. And we have a lot of missing brains in the world right now. And then for sure in Portland, lots of missing brains here in Portland. That's for sure. And it's just like, so obviously the mask is purely political. It's a purely political statement. Obviously people still wear them for other reasons because they're scared, but they obviously that's because they watch probably mainstream news, CNN or whatever. Probably most likely CNN's probably the biggest fear monger in this day and age. So, we're just in it's so frustrating, someone who's making my way out of this state, and it's just like, okay, you gotta go through this again, because I may have told you I completely resisted the mask mandate for probably 6 months last year, until I had a big mob go after me in Natural Grocers, basically because the managers confronted me at the checkout line with a basket full of groceries, not a basket, a cart full of groceries, and of course gave the mob permission to all start freaking out and shame and yelling shame and chanting shame, And a woman crying and screaming at me, telling me I'm killing children and children are dying, which is total bullshit. It's not true. Children are more likely to die from lightning striking them than the coronavirus. So obviously, people are psychotic because they follow the news and these politicians. But you know, so basically, I'm not doing it. It sucks. But it's like, I mean, I feel like now, like when you just disobey it, they're like, oh, I'm just doing my job. Well, no one even really cares that it's not effective or anything. They're just, oh, I need my job. It's like, so it's way easier now to even stand up to the little minions and the tyrants. I mean, I just did it yesterday. Went to Winco and some guy's like, oh, you can't. You need a mask? Can I get you a mask? Where's a mask? And I'm like, I don't need one, thanks. And he's like, oh, well, you can't check out if you don't have one, just letting you know. And I'm just like, whatever, dude. And I just walk away. And then another, like, woman's facing an aisle, or I don't know if someone sent her after me, but she was like, hey, I don't want to, like, do this. None of us want to do this and wear the mask. But, you're supposed to be wearing one. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to wear one, then maybe you should stand up for yourself, and maybe you should get together with your fellow employees and do something. And because they just keep moving the goalposts, this bullshit is like, yeah, well, I have my mom to take care of. And I'm like, yeah, we all have obligations, but enough is enough. Like, people just need to get a spine. I can't believe how cowardly and weak people have become, frightened. And it's not fun. It's like definitely not fun. The stress of having to go in there with all these people looking at you and behind their little fucking face diapers and just idiots mostly. And like, if more people would just push against it, we wouldn't be in this stupid thing. Everyone's so afraid. It's like ridiculous. So anyways, and the thing is, I got out. I went to the self-checkout and no one stopped me. Like, no one even said anything after that second person. So, people have threats. They'll try to threaten. They won't. But it's like, you just stand up to it and go from there, I'm moving out of this place anyways. So, probably sooner than I was expecting because of everything that's going on. I suspect they're going to do another shutdown once fall starts kicking in. And it's just like, nah. I'm going to get out of here quickly, me and my girl and my new van. And go back where things are a little less psychotic and a little, more free, and a place I know and love is in the sights. So, yeah, I mean, even for my job, I am a artist, salesman. I'm not going to go into detail about what I do, but me and some other people that work in this field are getting together to defy the mask mandate, and we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know maybe next week or something. But it's just, you just gotta find people. You gotta gather together. I have an account and a group on Freedom Cells, freedomcell.org, but things started opening up again, and I just like, well, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But I think I'm going to get a group on there that's just strictly a shopping group. Just get a big mob of maskless people shopping, just strengthen numbers, and just make my group strictly about face diaper-free shopping. So any of you out there that, have a similar disposition to me, then maybe I suggest you do the same thing, And yeah, it's just like, it's stressful, it's like they just, I mean, I can't believe Kate Brown is such an idiot, like so dumb and like so useless and pathetic. She just shows up every once in a while to do a mask mandate or whatever and like lift it and then bring it back. Like, and then she's nowhere for like months and months. I mean, probably better than Gavin Newsom, who loves the spotlight and just being a total douchebag and psycho, fucking American Psycho idiot. But, it's just like, it's like, apparently last year in Oregon, we tried to do a recall election, Kate Brown, and someone of course, in the government changed the rules at the last minute that wouldn't accept the signatures. So I mean, everything's so corrupt. Obviously tilted to one side because, of course, the side that believes we want big government is here to save everybody, and even though they take our taxes and basically give it to corporations, to Amazon, whatever, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, whoever, like, they get away tax-free, they take our money, they give it to the war industry, they give it to, Lockheed Martin and Raytheon and fucking Halliburton or whatever. It's like, how stupid of a liberal do you have to be to call for higher taxes and everything when the upper tier of the 1% isn't getting taxed at all? Like, you're basically just disempowering small businesses and people that are trying to build up a local economy. It's like so retarded. I'm sorry to say that word, but it's just, that's the only word adequate to describe how stupid Democrats, leftists, liberals are, or whatever. And I'm not saying Republicans aren't stupid, because we all saw how stupid Republicans were in 2001 to 2000 whatever, 2005, 6, 7, 8. Stupid. And calling for war and fear mongering and xenophobia, all that stuff. I mean, yeah, they did. They're idiots. But the Democrats joined right in, but they just say, oh no, we just have to attack the Taliban and bomb Afghanistan and then invade Iraq because we don't want to. We're the good guys. It's like they're such garbage idiots, and all these stupid virtue signaling little pathetic people that I grew up with and I love, and I used to be one, but they just cannot break the spell of like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm on the good side, so I'm just not going to question anything, and vaccines are good because if you don't believe in vaccines, you're against science, and if you're against science, then you're a conspiracy theorist. Blah. Such garbage. I'm so sick of it. People, they can't break the spell, and I'm just like, fine, take your vaccine, sterilize yourself, but just, it's like, I can't even feel sorry for these people anymore because they're so vile. Yeah, let's give fucking syringes to homeless people so we don't spread HPV or whatever, hepatitis B and AIDS. We're so good. Oh, we're such good little voters. We're such good. Our beliefs are so righteous. We're helping the junkies to not get HIV. It's like bullshit. There's needles everywhere. The junkie doesn't fucking care when he needs a needle. If he picks one off the ground to inject his fucking arm with Afghanistan heroin that was probably brought here by the CIA, protected by our freaking troops. It's such garbage. I'm so sick of it. And then you look at just Portland and all these cities deteriorate. The reason is I think a huge thing is the needle exchange. It's not an exchange though. They just give out needles. It's like you don't have to go in and have, oh, here's my dirty needle. No, they just give you a needle. So there just ends up being needles fucking everywhere. All over the sidewalks, in rivers, in nature, anywhere in little, I think that's what's causing the homeless problem. It's just enabling fucking degeneracy and stupidity and just and worthlessness. And they think they're good for doing it, and that's how inverted these people have become. And it's like, you can't just and then they got in their little shock troops, Antifa and stuff, who are just probably CIA or whatever. And then all these idiots, man, it's so pathetic. I mean, I'm not saying left or right, Democrat, I mean, whatever. Just, if you just stop believing in these politics, like the binary politics, you can take some from the so-called left and some from the so-called right and come up with your own belief system. Do not let a political party or an ideology tell you what to think. It's like, you're going to be a part of a cult. You probably are part of a cult, whether you're MAGA or you're fucking liberal, progressive, virtue signaling fucking Democrat or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's like, I mean, just stop being cowards. I mean, it's not easy. It's not fun. I'm a Libra. I want peace. I don't like to like have confrontations with people. I mean, I do kind of a little bit in some ways when it's working through stuff, and I like to have debates and confront stupidity. I mean, I admit I get fiery. But I don't like. I like to talk and work through problems, but but I don't like getting in fights with people. But sometimes you just have to, not a physical fight, but a verbal, an ideological, a fight of, good and evil sometimes, because it's not like there's the left is good and the right's evil, or the right's good and it's like, no, you have to, it's like there's obvious things that are good and evil, and what's going on is evil. What's going on is evil. So just go in the supermarket without a freaking mask. Oh, well, you're standing up against evil. Just hold your ground. Hold your freaking ground. I'm holding my ground. Come on, more and more people need to do this. Stop being cowards. Just do it. It's not fun. It's not easy. I might have to leave, I might have to, my income might suffer extremely in the next week or two. We'll have to see, and then I'll bail. I'll get out of here. I'll figure something else out. But it's just the way it goes, because in the long run, the price is going to be much worse. So yeah, people, it's good to talk to you again. I hope someone's listening. It's been a while. And, things are getting better in some ways, and they're getting a lot worse in other ways. But hey, we're coming to a place where, the system that has been going on for my whole life is going to collapse, and it's needed to. It's going to be shitty in a lot of ways, but it's necessary. It's the cleansing, the Aquarian cleansing of the degenerate garbage that has pervaded our, our century, maybe our millennia. I don't know. It's like we need to just confront our, our vices and our stupidity and our ignorance, and I think, a lot of these elites, a lot of these warmongers, a lot of these power-hungry megalomaniacs, they're going to cleanse themselves out. They're going to be, because the karma catches up eventually. It's just piled on itself so many times, it's going to collapse. So get out of the way. Don't follow these people. Don't follow these politicians. I mean, yeah, like you can, I guess, vote to some degree to keep some freedoms if you have them, but I mean, I can't decide yet if I'm going to vote anymore. I mean, I thought I was never going to vote again until, but I put in a fear vote, I'll admit, in 2020, because it just seemed like, seems like a better bet, because the base seems like it will, on the right, is more for freedom, somewhat. But hey, what did I get? We got obviously the so-called commander-in-chief of the last 4 years showed his true self, and he's a scumbag, so that's the way it goes. He's a liar, scumbag, he's a double crosser. It's like, that's just, all right, well, it's good. We got through that. We got over that. See you later. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. But I think we need to all come to a point of just self-governance. We need to stop looking up to politicians and people the media presents to us, and stop letting them paint their picture with their medium of news, media, and entertainment to tell us what to believe and think. We just have to look to ourselves, go inside, and be our own advocate, be our own heroes, and champion freedom and self-accountability and higher consciousness and divine intelligence, which we all have inside if we'll tap into it and stop living in fear and ignorance. So some of them aren't gonna like take that journey of self-discovery and self-evolution and higher consciousness, and that's because that's their choice, But for the rest of us, let's stick together and individually reach for a better future and a future of truth, love, and responsibility, but also gratitude for our forefathers and what's been built up, because there's been a lot of good things that's come up with the bad, but it's time to clear out the bad, and there's a lot of it. And I guess that's all I have to say for now, but love y'all. Hope you have a beautiful Virgo season, and September might get weird. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I'll talk to you soon. Brother Zygos signing out.